Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys all here, both old and new subscribers a lot. I did realize that lately we've had a lot of new subscribers. Thankfully, I'm so happy to have you guys all here. And I do want to thank you guys for doing me the biggest favor ever. It might seem small to you, but it's not. It's really not. I did share this, in the past that YouTube, after, I don't know, it's not a coincidence. We know that we live in like censorship central era, okay? I said something that they flagged that was like literally nothing, like a couple readings ago. It's not a coincidence that ever since then, they've messed up my algorithm. They stopped recommending my channel. You guys know I do this full time. This is my soul's purpose. So we get paid. The only way that I can keep this channel running is if we make money from the advertisement. So every time you watch like the ads, like we get paid off of that. And yeah, it is the only way that we can get the channel running, because if it's not sustainable, then I need to get a job. And if I get another job, then I can't do this full time. You understand? But all of a sudden they reduce like 90% of what they would have like given me income wise out of nowhere ever since that moment. So you guys have helped so much. And the way that you can help is just liking right away, commenting down below. Just take a second. If you're watching here, just like it. If you're one of those people that feel like embarrassed to do that, like it's anonymous, like no one's gonna know. There are people like that, but it really does help. Comment down below, even if it's multiple times, even if it's just a heart, just to show support. It does help. Watching the ads, etc., all of that. Sharing the video, even if it's just sharing it to your own phone. I know I used to never go out of my way because I was never that person. I always felt like, things will happen as it's supposed to. But I have to, because I want this channel to keep going. And then they started recommending, you guys did it, and it really did help a little bit. It did. So the more you do it, it helps more. So they started recommending the channel more. Now I have like newer subscribers that will help share my message. It's just beautiful. And I want to thank you guys for that. So, you know what to do. You want to help out. I appreciate you. Let's go into the energy. Sorry for the long intro. Super important. Happy Halloween. Interesting day to post a reading. And I want to say sorry for the delay that I had in posting. Usually I post more often than I will. But the energy has been off. And I just needed to step back. And also a lot of things, things got really busy. The energy is really crazy right now. It's not really crazy. It's... I'm not even sure exactly what I'm picking up on, but I am. I don't know. I will explain in a second. For those of you that are new, also just sidetrack, I am a medium. I'm a no tools reader by nature, which means I can give you channeled messages without the cards, but I will go into it, okay? So if you hear me talking, I'm not just talking your head off. There's some kind of confusion energy that I'm feeling right now, which is Seven of Cups energy. Seven of Cups energy is confusion, delusion, not seeing things clearly. I always see that as you need some Windex to get the grime out of the window because you can't see through it. You can't see the light, the sun card. The sun's trying to, like sun card, I saw it. By the way, if I spit out the names of cards, it's because I'm seeing it. I'm having a vision of it. It may pop out later. That's confirmation. The sun card is the happiest card in the deck, but it's the divine light. You're being divinely guided in a situation, okay? But you're not listening. No shame in that. We're human beings. It's part of the human experience. Because there's some kind of Seven of Cups. And it might be not just your energy, but energy that you're taking on from people around you. Because the Seven of Cups is also the meddling energy card. Not for all readers, for me in particular. Meddling means outside influences getting in the way. So sometimes what you're actually doing is just enmeshing yourself too much in somebody else's energy. And it keeps you in a state of confusion. Now what happens is you need to learn a big lesson the divine's telling you right now is to learn how to step back. Because when you attach yourself to situations that are confusing too much, that you let it take over your own energy, that you stop being in that flow state, okay, where you're able to attract abundance because you're lowering your vibration, okay, and you're picking up the energy from other people. What happens is you don't hear the messages that you need to hear. You know, that your intuitive high priestess is your intuition that will help guide you forward. And there's like a big emphasis on like angelic help right now. That's trying to help you balance. I saw the Temperance card, which always shows the Temperance is seeking balance, achieving balance, but it also shows Archangel Michael, which is the angel of protection. Okay. And at the end of the day, we have to take responsibility for everything without shaming ourselves. Meaning, if a situation is confusing, or if you're picking up too much and, you know, you're allowing other people's energy to infiltrate your space too much, you have to make the decision to go and separate yourself. Even if it's just temporarily, it's necessary. If you make the decision to keep yourself in that situation, you are making the decision to block out the angelic guidance that you're receiving, and therefore blocking that wheel of fortune. I just channeled it in reverse, okay, which is a karmic payout. It's the wheel of karma, like, you know, sudden luck, things happening as it should. It stops you from moving forward the way that you're supposed to. Like, there's supposed to be some kind of destined event that's meant to happen, and by staying in a situation when you're not supposed to stay, it's stopping that from reaching you, okay? That was a big message. If they have me channel something for this long in the beginning, it's very important. Now, the interesting thing about perception is that not one person has the same perception of the universe. So this message can apply to all of you in a different way. We're going to get into the small details now. And I always say that the small details that I give will be the most prevalent energy, right? But you have to take every reading as an intuitive exercise. Meaning, I could be talking about a relationship, but you know, your intuition's telling you this is in regards to a family situation, a career situation, or even aspects of yourself. With your intuition, you have to let that, you will know how it fits. But I don't believe in the message. This may or may not resonate. Because energy, you can't say you believe in energy and attraction, you know, the law of attraction, or, you know, etc., or you're never guided to a place for no reason, you don't believe in accidents. You cannot have that dichotomy. You cannot say that and believe in that and then say something like this may or may not resonate. That's more, I feel like people say that more out of fear. That's the truth, because they don't want to deal with the repercussions of people taking actions because of tarot readings and then being responsible. All I say is entertainment purposes only. You understand what I'm saying. That's why people say that. But the truth is, if you were guided to click here, it's because there's something energetically, you were pulled here for a reason. I don't believe in accidents. Okay? So remember, I could be giving you a message. This can relate what I just said to a career you're overstaying at, a family situation, somebody really toxic. And maybe sometimes what they're saying is somebody might not actually be toxic, may go under the radar, but the situation that you're in with this person or this situation becomes toxic specifically for you, may trigger something in you. You know? Let's say you have a career. There's nothing wrong with the career path you took, but somebody in that environment has a certain personality trait that triggers wounding in you from childhood, etc., that you've been trying to heal, that you've healed, and it takes you backwards. It's not the career path that's the problem. And it's not the person. Some people can deal with that person just right, just fine. They might not be a very toxic person, but for you, they are. The divine wants you to recognize that. You know, interesting, I recently experienced something like that too. But I feel like collective energy is collective energy regardless. So sometimes, these readings are not about me, but sometimes if the energy force is that big, It will manifest for me also. Like, this is manifested for me. I'm not going to lie also. All right. So I feel like it's a collective message though. Okay. So they want you to take steps to get out of that. And just the simple steps of getting out of that might improve the actual situation, even with a particular person. You'll find different ways to connect, or it'll help you get out of a negative cycle, right? In the future. I'm getting now love messages. We're going to get into that. Okay? Every reading is a different experience on this channel, and they're timeless. Sometimes I just pull cards, sometimes I channel, but right now, I'm listening to what I'm seeing. They want me to do a you versus them. A you versus them. Like, I'm going to pull cards specifically for this person, specifically for the other person. Remember, it could be interchangeable, though. I could say you, it could be them. I could say them, it could be you. Whoa. And absolutely, it's about love. You see how this just split? It's not an accident. I'm going to pull this out as mutual energy right now. I don't usually read reversals, but that was meant to come out in that way. The Eight of Swords, Lord of Short and Force, it says. The Eight of Swords is a self-imposed imprisonment of your mind. Swords signify your mind, your intellect, your thoughts. We know the thoughts create a reality, right? They do. So if your thoughts are triggered or you're thinking something negative, it's going to manifest something. It's going to block your experience. It's going to put you in the Eight of Swords, which is a self-imposed imprisonment of your own mind. And that was an emphasis in the channeling. They said self-imposed, like you have to take responsibility for that. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, which is the one with the traditional images for tarot, it shows a person with a blindfold on, can't see, and has literally created a prison around them with 8 swords. Okay? And I'm channeling the number 8 as like 4 and 4. For you, because I said you versus them. The number 4 in numerology signifies stability. So that self-imposed imprisonment of your mind affects the stability of you and the connection with somebody else equally. You guys cannot find equal balance. And I'm also saying that because it's next to the Two of Cups. It's 1, 2. We're talking about, I said it's you versus them. Two of Cups. 1, 2. Lord of Love, it says. This is a connection. This is a love connection. I said that's what we were going to focus on. Somebody that loves you, you love somebody. Okay? This is a good omen, though. It's like what they're going to guide you, or what they're going to tell you about this person in you is going to lead you to get out of that self-imposed imprisonment that keeps you in this negative cycle with this person. Thing is, because of that 7 of Cups energy that I picked up on, right? It's hard, like I said, with a blindfold on, hard to see how to get out because there's like triggering going on here. With the 8 of Swords in reverse, though, it means finally getting out of this self-imposed imprisonment of your mind so that you can have a connection with this person. Now, for some of you, it's not this person. You're going to know intuitively. For some of you, this is getting out of the self-imposed imprisonment of your mind that makes you feel like you have to be connected and attached to a particular person, because you're enmeshed in that idea and enmeshed in the toxicity. And you need to get out of that keeps you stuck so that you can have a connection. Okay? That's for some of you, not most of you. Okay? Something's going to change very quickly because I don't know how and why. I just saw the Chariot, which is moving forward, and the 8 of Wands, which is fast moving. Please give me 1 second. I apologize to take a second away from the reading. I have to move something on my nightstand that I'm looking at the corner of my eye, and it looks like it's about to fall off. And I don't want broken glass everywhere. I don't even know how that ended up on the edge like that. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. I feel like I'm going to keep this one to the point today. And then we're going to do a longer one at some point. I'm going to get a, tell me more about this Eight of Swords in reverse. Not reading reversals unless it completely stands out to me. Again, I apologize. I have to turn on the air conditioner. I live in the Caribbean. If you guys don't know that, I moved last year. It's been a great experience, but it is hot. And now you're going to hear a buzzing sound in the background, and I apologize. We got the Foolish Man. That's the Fool card. The Fool card is taking a leap of faith. It's a brand new beginning, a new outlook on life, ready to take a journey you've never taken before. The Fool is free of fear because that's why it's called the Fool. Like, you don't mind looking like a fool. You're just gonna go for it. You realize you can't start something new unless you pass that threshold of fear, that self-imposed imprisonment. So I said clarify the Eight of Swords. I said clarify, what that means, that getting out of that self-imposed imprisonment of your mind. That's exactly what's happening, so that you can take a leap of faith and move forward and have a new life in regards to love. If it's with this person or not, we're going to get into it. I'm going to do you and this person because there's somebody on your mind. And it will let you know. It's going to resonate different for a lot of you. Tell me more about this Foolish Man, though. This is a mutual energy. Magician. You realize that you have the power to manifest what you want. You realize the Magician card is manifestation. It's also the card of energy. So it's like you were keeping yourself in this blockage, self-imposed imprisonment of your mind, this negative cycle, because you were enmeshed and picking up too much of this energy of this other person. It was stopping you from a new beginning. And now it's like you're taking your power back. Okay? I'm not saying it's not a possibility to come together with this person. I'm getting mixed vibes, though. For whatever reason, I feel like it's like half and half, but we're gonna get into it. Because in this particular deck, if you're curious, it's called the Hermetic Tarot. It doesn't just say the Fool, it says the Foolish Man. And he's looking this way, to the left, away from the connection. So it's like the energy of a man. Doesn't have to be, remember, I don't read for gender, but I'm just gonna say what's easier at the tip of my tongue because it stops the flow. The Foolish Man, it's like somebody that's a fool. That they're manifesting away from love. For some of you. This is somebody that might not give and receive love very well. They might make you feel like it is your fault while you're not in a connection. They might genuinely believe that too, and they're looking the other way. But the truth of the matter is, they are unable to manifest love. They are unable. They are a foolish man. They're foolish. It's immature energy. Could even be manipulative energy because the Magician card is manipulative energy. It's someone that will give you excuses and excuses and excuses why. It will never make sense to you, right? But but if you allow it to keep you in this prison, they'll manipulate the shit out of this situation, even if they don't do it on purpose. Okay? Because there's a disconnect. So that's for some of you because they're looking the other way. It's somebody that runs away from love or even thinks that they're ready for it, but deep down, listen, if they're not connecting with you, don't take it personally because they're not going to connect with anybody else on a deep level. If they're not connecting with you, if they don't see the value in what you guys share, it's because honestly, this person might not feel capable of having that deep of a connection. Let them, this is somebody that has the same excuse with you that they probably gave every person in the past, and they genuinely believe that shit. Foolish, you know? This is the kind of person where if you ask them what went wrong in the past in relationships, they will probably give you the same answer, but they always believe it's the other person. Even though it's always a two-way street, they don't see like there's a common denominator here. Because foolish is also ignorance. I'm not saying this person is ignorant, but there is a certain level of ignorance here. That's what I'm picking up on that. So when you enmesh with that energy, when you allow yourself to be in that energy, it's that Seven of Cups, like I said, you wrongly start to feel bad about yourself. It starts to mess with your sense of worth. And it's really a reflection of their lack of worth, feeling inadequate, feeling like lack of worthiness. They'll always find a reason that it's somebody else. Or they'll do things to trigger you, to act a certain way. We did speak about triggers. Like a self-fulfilling prophecy, to give them an excuse as to why they cannot connect. And in a way, like I said, take responsibility. You're probably genuinely falling into the trap and fulfilling these prophecies. For an example, maybe they do things that they know that trigger you to cause you to react a certain way. Boom, that's why. And they do this with everybody. That is what I'm seeing here, because they're looking away from this love, but the love exists. Give me something to clarify this Two of Cups, please. I don't even know why this is backwards. Whoa, hold on. That's the Knight of Cups and no other than the Emperor. I kid you not. I'm telling you. You know, they're just confirming who we're talking about. We're talking about the Emperor, whoever's in masculine energy, okay? Him. Remember, no gender, but you get the point. Boom. Do you notice that the past couple of readings, if you have not watched them or if you're new here, please watch them. They were very significant. They're talking about some kind of, because I'm getting twin flame vibes here, you know? Like chaser, runner, kind of situation, dynamic. The last couple of readings might resonate with you because every time I'm speaking about this particular person, boom, the Emperor comes out. It's not a coincidence. The Emperor and the Knight of Cups, though. There's hair on the table. The Emperor and the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is somebody. Knights are always action. The Emperor is the embodiment of all kings. It's daddy, it's husband, it's whatever the hell creates an empire with the Empress, which you are. Like, this is the person that is ready to do that. And you know what I find interesting is that they emphasize the number 4. Like 4 plus 4 is 8 for the 8 of Swords that was in reverse. The Emperor is the number 4 card, number 4. Which is stability. So the Emperor is someone that has found stability and therefore is able to have this connection, is therefore able to get on this horse and offer this love, Knight of Cups. But I'm going to tell you right now, again, nothing's an accident. This is the theme here. Do you notice that this Knight of Cups is also looking this way? So is the Magician this way. So is the Foolish Man this way. The Emperor, however, is looking this way. For some of you, that means you're going to meet somebody else because this person can't step up or this is not going to change. For some of you, it means, and we're going to clarify that. For some of you, it means this is not going to change until they learn all of their lessons, and they're still in the process of that, which is also the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Also saw the World card in reverse in my vision right now, which we didn't see here yet. You know, if it comes out, I don't know, but I saw it when I was channeling. So it's like, is this person actively looking for someone else, or have convinced themselves that they're looking for someone else, or has told you that they are looking for somebody else, that they have a cup of love, that they're not offering you, they're not showing up as the Emperor because they're trying to manifest somebody else. This has a Foolish Man though. So that's confirming that this person is doing that out of they're rejecting love, okay? Because the Two of Cups is on the top here. And I said that as the mutual energy, meaning a love connection, a deep connection between you and another person. So for whatever reason, they're looking the other way. They're looking away from the being in the energy of the Emperor. So it's like this person might think so. They have trouble stepping up to the plate and making something real. Like making something real. This is somebody that will constantly keep this in the state of Knight of Cups, of like offering love, I love you. This person, this is a connection where it's already been discussed and clarified that you guys love each other, okay? That this is a connection that already clarifies that, because the Two of Cups is here and the Knight of Cups is here. It's like this has already been discussed. That's not in question, but nothing has been made official. This person is always stuck in the manifestation phase, Magician, manifestation phase, okay? And being the foolish man and not giving. There's nobody here to give this cup to. What it is really, the divine doesn't want you to take it personally. This person just, they're going to keep having this issue with everybody. That's just the truth. But there is a possibility that this will change, even though you don't see it. It's like this person keeps leading you to believe that there is somebody else for you. But also I'm getting this person wants to manifest a new beginning with you somewhere deep, whether they voiced it or not. They do. Because the Two of Cups and the Emperor is also the energy of like, at some point they will become that Emperor. But right now they're not. Can you clarify this a little bit? I literally just split the deck. OMG. That's it. Confirmation. There's nothing else to be confused about. And the Sun, which I channeled. Boom. And the Eight of Cups in freaking reverse. And the Temperance, which I channeled. But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to stay true to it because the Temperance here came out in reverse. Don't you love that? For those of you that are not new. Anytime I have any kind of like slight confusion on the message that I'm channeling, like I just got the chills. I just like attach myself to the energy, and then some like spirit just comes boom, 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 and just like spits out a million cards. They either fly out or they do something dramatic to like really like put the nail in the coffin, like really confirm the message. Like, listen, you're a little fuzzy right now, but you know what? It's never an accident because I'm usually not fuzzy, but that is the energy. Didn't I stand there? I was like, I get a confusion energy, like fuzzy energy. Like the Sun, there is the Sun right there, that the Sun card was trying to come through, but you were not seeing it. So it's like I'm embodying the energy. The confirmation is, yes, you are the Empress to this Emperor. You guys are a divine pair. This is a soul connection. This is who you start a legacy with. This is your person. But they're looking the other way for whatever reason. They think that there's something else out there. They think that the grass is greener on the other side. But meanwhile, the Two of Cups is right there. They don't let you go. What the F is that? At some point, this is going to manifest. Remember, life can change though. We have free will. But as of right now, this is meant to manifest. It's the Emperor and the Empress. They came out together. There is no doubt. If you get the listen, whether I'm channeling, whatever, if you're going by the book, by the tarot book, by what they mean, when you get the Emperor and the Empress, there is no other meaning than somebody coming together with somebody in the ultimate way to create an empire. Boom, I said confirm that, there you go. Because what came out was the Sun, the Five of Wands. I said, so, but the issue right now is that there's strife, that there's arguments, Lord of Strife. Okay? This is like that triggering situation that I keep saying, right? Like, maybe you guys argue a lot or whatever. This person doesn't know like the meaning of life, like how that life is supposed to be for better or for worse, you know, thick and thin. I'm not saying if there's like abuse, we're not talking about that, because there are certain situations where there is a non-negotiable, okay? But this is not what I'm getting in this energy. This is like not non-negotiable-ish. This is stuff You have to learn, once you're the emperor and once you're the empress, you learn the meaning of what it is to be together as an emperor and empress. Okay? When you have an empire, when there's an empress sitting on a throne and an emperor sitting on a throne, your empire is going to have problems because of the outside world, because of war, whatever. Okay? You're going to have conflict, 5 of Wands. The meaning of life is learning how to repair that conflict. Repair those ruptures that you have. Get out of these negative cycles. Come to solutions. Realizing that what's important is the love that's here. That is the foundation. That is what's actually valuable, right? This person is stuck like, there's love here. This person feels like love is not enough. Like if there's any kind of conflict here, like this is not, makes no sense. But that really comes from a fear. That comes from a fear of abandonment, whether they realize it or not. Because they sense conflict. They're like, well, this isn't going to work out. I mean, we're just going to come together and it's going to end anyway. But I do love this person, so I'm going to stick around. And they still don't realize the lesson, and that is not what it's about. What it's about is communicating. Hey, let's try to do this together. At least if you know we're on the same page, we look at each other and we say, hey, let's try. Like, let's not just like try from the shadow. Like, I'm not going to tell this person I'm trying, or I'm just going to reject this person, you know, and see how it goes. I mean, like, verbally say, let's try to make this work. And then at least then, if there's conflict and you realize you cannot resolve it, you can both feel comfortable. Hey, I need to find another emperor because we actually tried. That's not what I'm getting here, though. This is somebody that moves. Because I got that confusion energy, like, in the background. And they really believe, like, the moment they get strife, maybe it's not enough for this person to walk away from you fully, but it's enough for them to say, yeah, but I'm going to look for somebody else because this obviously doesn't work. Like, there is the maturity level there to realize that that's not how it works. Is not there. They just see it as, this happens, so it obviously won't work. Instead of seeing it as, well, if we communicate that we want to, maybe the reason it doesn't work is because you're taking this approach in the first place. If you didn't take this approach, it wouldn't happen. This person doesn't fathom that. So I see that because the Emperor and the Empress is here, but then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, which is, 8 of Cups is Lord of Abandoned Success. It says, which is walking away. It's in reverse. It means not walking away. So the Temperance is in reverse, is like lacking balance. So it's like this person sees you as their son. Not like S-O-N, like S-U-N, obviously. Their light, their happiness, everything to this person. But because there's some kind of lack of balance here, and the Temperance card here says, you know, they all have names. It says Daughter of the Reconcilers, which is like reconciliation. I remember I channeled this card because there's like Archangel Michael there, meaning they don't reconcile ever or even give it a chance, because they sense the arguments or whatever, and they just, that overwhelms them. Like, they don't get the meaning of like what's actually important. Like, what you need to value is somebody that's willing to be there, somebody that's loyal, somebody that's willing to work it out, somebody that's willing to mesh with you. Yeah, a connection that is a secure connection that's constantly working on things, constantly fighting and making up, fighting, making up is not a relationship. You have to spend most of your time having a good time together, etc. But they don't even allow that to happen. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's always the conflict in the first place, because they can't even go as far as saying, hey, the foolish man, which is a brand new beginning. I want to have a brand new beginning with you. Can we try? They can't even get that far. So it's already a problem from the get-go. You understand? So this is the energy. This is what they were saying. It's like, if somebody can't do that, even if they're showing up as love, it's like they can't let you go. You have to walk away. And, or at least, you know, not walk away, because there's like an unconditional love aspect here. Are you kidding me? The Emperor and the Empress and the 2 of Cups is unconditional love. Like, that's never going to go away. But you have to think about yourself and say, well, I can't talk to you all the time. I have to talk to you sparingly every so often, because I can't get so connected in this way of your thinking that's going to constantly make me out to act like somebody that I'm genuinely usually not. Like, I am genuinely only acting this way because of this way that you're moving. Like, you know, it makes you feel unsafe. That's what it comes down to. Because like I said, it's like they refuse to reconcile because there's some kind of imbalance and some kind of strife. But then they also refuse to abandon this. Lord of Abandoned Success. It's in reverse. They also refuse to walk away because they see you as their sunshine. So it's a push and pull that is completely unhealthy. And because you love this person, you're enmeshed in it. You're stuck in it. Okay? But you are, like, I'm getting a spiritual connection. Like, you're meant to be with this person. But it might not materialize if this is not recognized. And you can't do their part, but you can do your part in regards to what I just said and just see how it plays out. If it's meant to be, it will. You know? Because if you step back and they start to miss you, they will maybe start to realize what's important. And if they don't, well, find somebody else. That's the truth. But we're going to see what's the most likely outcome here. I want you to tell me more about this Eight of Cups in reverse in regards to the future, because that's like somebody deciding not to walk away. Somebody is fighting this for the life of them. It's like they show up as Two of Cups, love. Show up as the Emperor to your Empress. This person might actually show up correctly. They might actually put consistent effort in talking to you all the time, being there for you when you have a problem, always never leaving your side. This person actually might show up as the Emperor, but they can't do the commitment part. That's a problem, because that's an incongruency that will fucking make you lose your mind. Excuse my language, all right? Been there, done that, okay? Been there, done that. From experience, that will make you lose your mind. You cannot do that, okay? So the only thing that could happen is you stepping back and being like, listen, I appreciate being there. I appreciate your unconditional love. But this incongruency is going to drive you nuts. And once you step back, maybe they'll realize that they miss you. But it's not enough to miss you, come back, and then do the same shit. This is basically the point of, like, if you're not going to make it official or something, or at least try, I can't do this, because it's going to hold you back. Even though they can't fathom why. I'm getting, because like this person believes, and remember, everyone has a different perception of reality. That's the problem. So we struggle when we don't understand that other people do not have the same perception as us. Like, it's hard for us to grasp that concept, because it's natural for us to say, this is how I view the world, even though you may consciously know, I'm like know or acknowledge that not everyone does. When it push comes to shove, you still don't understand why people don't get it. You know, that's just a law of being a human being, you know, it's part of being a human being. So this person might genuinely believe, like, I don't understand what's your problem. I'm giving you love. I'm showing up. I love you to death. It's unconditional. But I don't understand why you don't get that we would never work, because we argue because of this, because of that. And they don't realize that it's because you don't see life in that way. You value things differently. You don't see that arguments or something like that. You view love in a different way. You view what's important in a different way. You do believe that love conquers all, that over time these kind of conflicts dissipate as long as you're on the same team. You see it differently. They don't understand why you don't see it the way they see it. So therefore, when they miss you, etc., and they show up trying to create maybe a friendship or a dynamic with you, that they think they're doing the right thing, because they think it's obvious to you or everyone that because of the issues, you guys, we're just incompatible. And they don't understand you don't see it that way. So it will always be a problem. It's like a cycle. It's like a loop. Meanwhile, this is a problem because this is a spiritual connection. No one's letting anyone go. Confirm that message. Yeah. Look, I told you. They always confirm everything. 7 of Swords, Lord of unstable effort next to the Judgment. Oh my God. This is deception and also self-deception. Wow. It says Lord of unstable effort. Sometimes, Spirit gives me the chills because you can't make it up. Next to the Judgment, though, that's beautiful. That's a very promising message. Meaning like this, the Judgment is somebody from the past returning to make things right. And what they're making right is the unstable effort. Is the deception. And I'm getting this is the last go around, like you've had it. Like if it doesn't work now, like you've had it. This person is starting to understand that they're about to freaking lose you or any opportunity ever in the future. That this can't go on. Because it doesn't just say the Judgment here. It says the last judgment. And this person might actually make it right. I want you to confirm the 7 of Swords, please. Kid you not. Star card. Boom, boom. Look at that. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Swords. This is how they're going to confirm that. The Star card is hope, healing, and faith. Next to the Judgment, first of all, those are 2 major arcana. Major arcana are the ones with the names, not the suits. Not the swords, pentacles, wands, cups. So they carry the most energy. They signify major life lessons, like epiphanies, major life lessons that will change your life. So the Judgment and the Star together is healing whatever energy allowed them to be in, like, give unstable effort. The Ace of Swords, aces signify brand new beginnings, is a new way of communicating and thinking that will allow this healing once and for all. It's also complete clarity, because I was saying the issue here was the confusion, was the energy of confusion, okay? Was the energy of confusion, lack of clarity, you knowing, okay, well, you're showing up, but not like you're the Emperor to my Empress. I'm the Empress to your Emperor, but there's something unstable here because it's not adding up, that you show up in a way and then say something else. Because it makes no sense. It's like, how can somebody show up and say they love you unconditionally and then this and always be there, etc., and then genuinely, like, you can't, like, and comprehend, then how can you just go meet someone else and then, like, connect with them? If every time we separate you miss me and whatever, how do you really think you really feel like you can sleep next to somebody and then just stop missing me? Like, there's complete confusion. Like, you can't grasp, and even if they really do believe that this can happen, you can't grasp that concept. Okay? So therefore, they're about to lose you. But see, with the 7 of Swords, 7 of Swords is also trickery. Like I said, it's deception and self-deception. So it's like, it feels like betrayal to you. It feels like trickery. It feels like you're being used. But you know that there's love here. So you're like, maybe this is just the way of this person's thinking. Like, maybe they're not malicious. You know? They just have some kind of a problem. But it's not my problem anymore. And it hurts. So sometimes you have to make decisions that hurt, man, to save yourself. But this is very promising because the Judgment and the Star is like hope and healing in regards to just a new way, Swords, mind, intellect, thoughts, a new way of thinking, of perception. I know that we clarified that way enough. I need to clarify that some more. Just because. 1, 2, 3. 3. Well, damn. 5 of Cups, sadness, regret. I told you. And the Moon. Oh my God. Yes. The Moon is your shadow side. Deep emotions. They deeply, at some point, remember this time doesn't exist, so this could be something that will happen in the future. At some point, will feel sadness, regret, melancholy. Deeply, dude. The Moon is deep. The Moon signifies the nighttime too. So it's like that energy of like when you're alone in your bed, you're thinking about this person. I mean, talking about them. Remember, it could be vice versa, but I'm getting the other person. Like, and it bothered this. The regret and the sadness is deep. So at some point, I feel like this person has to get to this point, and they will. There's no other way. But this is also saying that the reason that they have this perception is because they have a very deep. The Moon card signifies the subconscious mind, your shadow side. Your shadow side comes from the subconscious mind. Do you guys know? I also went to school for psychology and neurology, so I understand these concepts a little more. Also, I have that edge. There's 95% of our actions in our brain, like as human beings, it's in textbooks. It's dictated by the subconscious. Isn't that crazy to think about that? Only 5% of our actions are actually conscious. So you are actually driven by the programming, whatever pain. If we're talking about the Moon, it's your shadow and things that you've experienced in childhood. And unless you bring that to your consciousness, which is the Sun card, the Moon and the Sun signifies the consciousness and the subconscious. The Moon is the subconscious, the Sun is the subconscious. Unless you bring that to your awareness, your attention in your brain, it will drive you. And I'm getting with this person. Number one, the Moon is feminine energy and the Sun is masculine energy. The Moon signifies the mother in tarot. The Moon is the mother. This person could have a deep mother wound. It's like a deep sadness. The 5 of Cups here says Lord and loss of pleasure. So they can have I just got chills, and that's always confirmation. They have a very pervasive way of thinking that makes them lose pleasure in love very easily. They get turned off very easily. They very easily lead themselves to believe this will never work, etc. It's because of their programming, because of their mother wounds. It says Lord in loss and pleasure. So it's not just like sadness and regret. A deep mother wound. They're programmed to think this way. Okay? Like anything that makes them lose pleasure. Like, so if you have strife, it'll be in the form of like negativity, arguments. This could be somebody that has a very avoidant attachment style. Look into that. Look into that. Just Google avoidant attachment, dismissive avoidant, right? Somebody that's not really in touch with their emotions. So any sign that there's strife, they lose pleasure. And they can't really understand why. Like they can kind of just say, oh, it's because of the arguing, whatever. But they don't understand that it's so much deeper. And that the average person, remember, you could only perceive the world how you perceive it, doesn't feel this way. Like they value the love, etc. more. But because this person probably grew up in a place where they didn't get that kind of unconditional love, they can't value it. They just lose pleasure. And what ends up happening, it's unfortunate, is that if they don't get out of this, they end up settling whether they realize it or not. They might meet someone and think they're the love of their life, but they learn really into it that they settle for very surface level connections. And then what ends up happening is they live or will live in a constant feeling of loss and pleasure, because that's the driving force. So they'll connect with someone, it's on the surface. Then they realize, oh, I'm lacking the unconditional love from this person, you know, so I'm okay, I'm comfortable, but there's always something missing with this person. Anywhere they look, there's a lack of satisfaction. And the reason being, like, and that's the message that I said before, it's like, you can see every person they had in the past, it was always the same issue, but it's never them, you know? Even if you're not perfect, no one's saying you're perfect because you're engaging in this. There's strife here. You might be a very, like, fight person. If they're dismissive, you're probably the opposite, you know? But I said to confirm this more, right? So the star and the judgment means this person's going to get through it. Meaning what they're bringing judgment to, what they're reconciling with, what they're going to heal, what they're going to change, the new perception they're going to have is in regards to how easily they dismiss things. They're going to recognize this energy. Because like I said, you're going to have to step away here if this is the energy. Because you're just making it worse by feeding into it, right? And then what's going to happen? The Five of Cups it is sadness and regret. They're going to start feeling deep regret. They're going to start feeling sadness. They're going to start missing you. And it's a cycle. Unless this person comes forward to change this cycle, it's not going to work for you. Being like, you know, they miss you, so they come forward. They want to be your best friend. You're like, that's not going to work. Just gonna go back to the same shit. So sorry, sometimes things in life aren't fair. Like, we either have to, like, not talk as much, or you're gonna have to get over this and step up. It's A or B. There's no C here. You can't flip-flop from love and then separation, then I miss you, then love and separation, then I miss you. The moment there's arguments, like, you lose so much pleasure that it's like you forget the value of what it is that you're looking at, and they take it for granted. That's the truth. And then it's gone, then they realize the value, and they come back, but the dynamic is off, you know? Because I don't believe that you can have if there's the Empress and the Emperor here, you cannot love somebody that deeply and then be like, oh, you're just a friend. That's always the biggest bullshit lie. Somebody's gonna get fucked up mentally. There's no way. Even if if they replace you with somebody else new tomorrow, it's already a betrayal. They're either gonna leave you, you're either gonna be hurt, you're either not gonna talk to them anymore, or they're going to be with this new person. Oh, don't get worried about my friend. She's just my friend. Oh, don't be worried about them. They're just friendship. And that new person is going to start to feel very uncomfortable about your connection with this person. And it's going to be a betrayal. Like, no, you're a liar. You know, you always are after other women. It's not the first time this person has done this. They've made exes feel this way too. And they had a friend. They're just my friend. Make people jealous and stuff, and they don't even realize that there's a problem. They feel everyone's attacking them, but it's because of this. Because they leave and they do this, they do this. The heck? What's happening? I'm telling you, everything on the face of this planet happens with my cards. That's how you know there's an energetic force that's like controlling it. Because everything happens for my cards to do acrobatics so that the card that they want to come out comes out. It's the devil. I'm telling you, you can't make it up, because that's perfect. The devil is your devil energy. It's your shadow. It's your dark side. This is their devil energy is this pattern. But your devil energy is giving into it. I'm telling you. So if you love this person, the only way you can honor that is by loving yourself. That's the truth, and you can't engage in it. You have to honor yourself. Like, if you can say, okay, they don't want a commitment, but you stick around because you love them unconditionally. You might trick yourself and say, yeah, but if it's unconditional love, I'm not just gonna abandon them. Like, I'm always gonna be there. But the thing is, what ends up happening when you do that is you're putting yourself last. You're betraying yourself because you don't genuinely feel that way. And if you're betraying yourself because you don't genuinely feel that way, it is heartbreaking. You can't betray yourself. I know it feels like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You can't betray yourself. You can't. I said this was going to be a you versus them. It didn't end up happening that way. I forgot to mention that, but I think that you realized that like mid-reading, right? Did you not? Oh, if they're saying you versus them, if they just reminded me of that, so that there's like the backstory, it was a long backstory. I think at the end, that's why I channeled that. Now they want to do a you versus them to see where they're at and where you're at right now to see if something's going to change. And with that, I'm going to pick another deck, okay? I'm going to use the Urban Tarot. Some of you have asked me down below what decks I've been using lately. Sometimes I go through periods where I use like a lot of decks, like the same decks over and over and over. And then I switch. Like these are the two that I'm in love with right now. I haven't used a lot of my Oracle cards lately. I have to. I've also been moving a lot. So they're in a box somewhere I haven't found. And some of them got destroyed. A lot of them actually. So I'm waiting for me to go to New Jersey. So, which is where I'm originally from if you're new. So I can order them again because I moved. So everything is like, you have to pay international shipping and it's so expensive. It's so expensive. And I just, like I said, look, 10 of Pentacles, which is money. As I said, YouTube affected my algorithm. So the past couple of months, I've literally made like nothing. I'm living out of my savings because of what they did to me. I know I don't have to tell you that, but it's the truth. So I've been struggling with that. So your help is appreciated because I just want to get back on track in my life. So I can't be spending unnecessarily. That's the truth. I mean, it's obvious. I don't have to say that. Like, without like because I told you what they did. Like I said, the degree to which they lowered what they paid me for advertisements was enough where like it was like 90% less. Like it was not sustainable. You know. Jesus. Yeah. Being a single mom, it doesn't help. So I do want to thank you guys so much for helping me with that. And a lot of you also send like super chats or donate on Cash App, etc. And that helps a lot too. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Super chats are always appreciated. I do want to tell you though, if you do want to donate, donating on Cash App which is down below in the description box, might be the best option. It doesn't have to be, because I don't know if you guys know, when you do super chats, YouTube keeps 40% of it. So we only see a portion. And not that like, it's not thinking about me. It's not like being selfish, but I'm pretty sure that when you guys donate, you want it to go to the channel, not to YouTube, right? But you don't have to, you know, it's still appreciated either way. It still reaches me either way. And I really do appreciate it. Okay. Which, by the way, information down below. I also want to tell you I have a members page where I post bonus content. I've already had the members for 3 months. So this would be the best time to join, okay? Because I might raise the price. I'm going to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to lose a lot of people because of that. Because like in the beginning, it was just a couple. But now when you join, you're literally getting 3 months worth of free content. That's a lot. And it's all timeless, you know? Right now it's $5.99 monthly. Cancel anytime. It's like downloading an app. I also want to add more things to the members, which will be like additional content and additional work. So, you know, I might have to raise it because of that. But it's worth it. So that's another way of supporting. Okay, back to the channel. They said now they want, oh my God, they never like don't confirm, but sometimes they want to wait for the right deck. Seven of Cups. We're gonna do a you versus them now, but it could, if I say you, it could be them. Like pick a side. This is debauchery. It says 7 of Cups is the illusion, etc. This is alcohol. I don't know if someone has an alcohol problem or something, addictions. But what I'm getting from that, because I already channeled that energy and I didn't pick up on that in the beginning, I'm gonna not say that. But that might be an omen for someone. But like, it reminds me, like, when you drink alcohol, what happens? Like, your judgment is not right. It's not clear. And that's what it is. This could be also somebody that, since we were talking about childhood and mother wounds here, could be somebody that grew up in a household where there was substance abuse of some sort, either drugs or alcohol. It could be an adult child of an alcoholic. If you happen to be one of those people, there is resources, I'm letting you know, because the healing is a little bit different. It's not just therapy. It doesn't, because not all therapists understand like the particular effects of that. You can go to, there's a website called adultchildren.org that really helps out. Why do you think I know that? It goes without saying. I don't have to share my personal business, but I am one of those people, okay? And it is a lifelong hell if you don't take the steps to reparent yourself, okay? It took me a long time. That's for somebody. But anyway, but that's also an omen, because this could be somebody that always falls back to devil energy because they're avoiding the love. But again, since we're talking about mother wounds, etc., devil energy, the subconscious, this could be somebody that grew up in a household where there was lack of judgment in regards to the parents, whether it's they were alcoholics, whether drug addicts, or whether they just were neglectful. Because that kind of goes hand in hand with like a neglectful, even if it was just their personality, someone with their own trauma, a mother with a neglectful attitude. Because it's kind of the energy of like being under the influence. It could be that they were under the influence of their own trauma, you know, and then it gets passed down. So I'm saying that this is the you versus them. This is the them. Remember, it could be interchangeable for the majority of you. This is them. So they give off that energy of like the confusion, etc., even if they're not aware of it. So you connecting with them during this is self-deception, and you're allowing it into your space. You might notice that. You might notice the conflict, and it hurts either way. You might notice that when you guys are in separation, you're probably hurt and miss this person to death, but you also feel better. You function better. You're happier in a way, which is sad to say because you love this person. You get more work done because all you have to deal with is the pain of missing them. And that's a lot less than being with them and feeling the pain of all of this abandonment and rejection and absorbing their problems. And that's why you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, give me another card for them. Clarify more than this. I need more. I need more. You can't make it up. They always confirm everything. It's the Emperor again. That's what we're talking about. Oh, it chills. I'm done. Lord, the last reading, was it the last reading? The Emperor and the Empress came out twice also. And I mentioned it in the beginning that reading had something to do with this one. Go watch it. And that reading was about someone that was in a twin flame connection. It was a twin flame connection. This is a twin flame connection. I mean, you cannot, it's an Emperor, Empress together 2 times. 2 times. What are the odds? I can't. This is where they're at right now. Complete confusion here, because it's like hermit mode is like keeping to yourself, but it's not the hanged man, right? So it's not like you're stuck. It's the need to go within for introspection, to see the light. They haven't seen the light yet. I feel like this person is doing that right now. They're trying so hard to get clarity. They don't know. They haven't come forward to tell you exactly how they feel. They keep it to themselves. That's what the hermit is. They keep their confusion to themselves. They don't tell you, but you feel it, you understand? That 7 of Cups, that confusion, this issue that they have, not knowing if they want to come forward or not. You feel rejected by that. You feel like it's not love. You know, that hurts so much. And they're not communicating that with you. That's where they're at right now. But it's a complete dichotomy. It's a complete confusion, because at the same time, they see you as their person. The Emperor and the Empress, they see you as their mirrored soul. The feminine version of them, the Empress to the Emperor, they see you as that person. They see you as somebody that, whether they want children or not, they could see as the mother of their children. She's a mother. Like the ultimate mother energy, the ultimate nurturing person, even if you have strife. They see you as somebody that's very enlightened, very smart. She has stars all over her head. Very hard, I'm telling you, I don't care what they say, the confusion, they try to trick themselves. They meet somebody else, they're not going to feel the same. They're not. But I'm getting, because of the loss of pleasure card, like they're so used to losing things that they love that they're not even scared of it. That's crazy. That's what the Hermit is too. They're used to being a lone wolf. Whereas you, it hurts you to even think of losing something so special. But I'm getting, this person lost special things since an early age so many times that they're not afraid to like leave the moment. There's strife because they're used to it. It's very consistent with somebody with dismissive, avoidant, attachment issue. Please, again, that's the second time it came up. Look it up. Because they have an issue. They completely disconnect from their feelings. So they're the way they come out is like they need to be strong. They're overachievers. They're perfectionists. That's the problem. And the thing is, see, you can't connect with them anyway, because if that's the way, if they don't want to connect with you and they're perfectionists, it wouldn't work anyway. So they would have to be on board to have to communicate, hey, let's try to build an empire, Emperor and Empress together. And then you could still be, you're still going to have your problems. You can still be a perfectionist. But I will be committed to helping you through that. Doesn't have to be conflict every time. But I will then have a reason to be a backbone when you have, like, because I understand your issues. But the problem comes when you're like, okay, you're not committing to me or anything. So even though I love you unconditionally, I'm still going to have periods where I feel really used and really terrible because I'm doing all this for someone that's not even mine. You understand? And that hurts you more and more because it's like I'm doing for this person what I would do for someone that I'm in a relationship anyway, but there is none. That's a mind fuck. You can't. But this person is so used to walking away from people or having people walk away from them. Because again, people with dismissive, avoidant personalities can't connect. They don't connect with their feelings. They're at a very young age, they learned they were neglected, that they can't trust anybody, that they don't have to depend on anybody, that they're lone wolves. Like, I don't need anyone. I don't need to depend on anyone. And they also don't look for committed relationships. They avoid committed relationships. Oh, do you hear my dog crying at the door? But they have a deep sadness. I took that as an omen. They crave that love and connection and someone to baby them and take care of them and nurture them. But they avoid it too. But they're also like, yeah, but I'm the person that's meant to be alone anyway, or like whatever. Like, if I am, like, so be it. And they downplay the need to connect, the need for connection because they were neglected, you know? So that's why you don't get it, because you don't think like that. You're like, you're the Emperor, I'm the Empress. Like, you're just confusing me. This person is still confused right now. This person still doesn't see everything. I need to, that's the Chariot. I'm going to pull 4 more for this person to confirm each one of these cards. The Judgment. Okay, that's confirmation because we got the Judgment down below as a change from this person. It's in particular. So there it is again. This is the Emperor. Yup. Done. Oh my God. This came out in the last reading too. Holy ish. We got the High Priestess and the Hierophant, which is the spiritually awakened pair in the last reading, with the Emperor and the Empress twice in the last reading. Now we have the Emperor and the Empress and the Hierophant. And in the last reading, I believe the Hierophant came out underneath the Emperor again. This is absolutely the same person. I just split it and it's the Sun. Again, which is divine light. And you know what's interesting is like, to confirm the entrance, to confirm the Empress, you see how she has the window looks like a sun, which is still like the light. This person sees you as like the brightest light in their life. And also this is somebody that's divinely guided to be with you, which is the crazy part, you know, but everything's free will. So if this is what I'm saying doesn't happen, it's really unfortunate. And then it's just a lesson that you're going to learn, you know, learn to heal and let go. But I mean, the odds here, like, and I am so sorry that you have to go through this, but that's part of what was written for you. This was a divine plan for both of you. There's a sun for both of you. This person, Chariot, again, major arcana, or holy ish, this entire row is major arcana. Darn. 4 in a row? Chariot. Here says the Eon in this deck, but it's a Judgment, Hierophant, Sun. Oh my God. Oh my God, the change this person's going to make. Right now they have confusion. They are very quickly slipping into seeing you as the Empress, being able to see the light. See, they were in the darkness, see the light, have judgment come back. Hierophant is higher knowledge, spiritual awakening, self-help, etc., healing. This is the Empress with the Hierophant together is the ultimate like embodiment of everything. Like they're ready for it. And the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Some of you might even have a Sun together or will. There's a little boy here, a little boy here. Now, you know what I'm getting from this Chariot card in particular? And you saw the Chariot came out in the other deck too, but it kind of slipped in again. It's like they wanted to show this image to you guys. Why the hell is this man on top of a cab in New York? Why the hell is this person on top of a cab in New York in the rain? Like, who does that? You know? New York is a very fast-paced city. A cab, this is like the energy of like, because of the confusion, you got in a cab and you're on your way out. This is like somebody in the 11th hour, jumping on the cab as you're leaving, like shining a light like the sun, like, no, don't go, you know, like last minute, like the judgment comes at the last straw, like the last judgment. Remember the other one said last judgment, like you're in the cab, take it as an analogy, like you're out, they jump on top of the cab to stop it, like risking themselves. Like, you can fall off, you can break a leg, you can break your bones, you can get rid of your car, but they're doing it, right? To reach you. That's here in the World Trade Center, looking at all these names, right, of the people that have perished. But I take that as an omen of like all of the things that the loss that you've experienced. You already went into hermit mode, you know? No, this person in the 11th hour is like, nah, I want to make this right. I want to return. The Hierophant is a commitment. That's it. Again, remember, this is the most prevalent energy. This is where this person's at or will soon be at. It can change, but that's the most prevalent energy. Now I'm going to pick, oh my God, dude. 2 of Cups, 7 of Swords. We got the 7 of Swords. I don't like that, but we have to be real. That's where you're at right now. The 2 of Cups is love. Damn it. This fell too. 4 of Swords is like introspection, meditation, but it's inaction. Someone's going within to see, you know, futile. It's like you feel like this love right now is futile. It's not going anywhere. Right now, in between, like this love is not going anywhere right now. Like all your efforts right now, everything you're saying is futile. It's not going anywhere. Like they have to come to this on their own. Now I'm going to pull some for you where you're at. You're sad as hell. 5 of Cups. You're trying to be strong. You want to have a home. You want to have something real, true. Clear as day. Boom, 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 boom. That's where you're at. 5 of Cups. You are disappointed. You are disappointed. That's a cupboard, right? With lots of cups in there that's shattered. You know, these like kind of, you know, remind me of like the ones, like they're old, like they're vintage, like they're antique. That's what I meant to say, like they're the mahogany ones, like something you usually see at like your grandma's house, like that style, right? It's broken. It's like, so you saw this person as somebody that was your end all be all. You saw them as that way. The Four of Wands is a home, is a family. You saw this person as someone, it says completion, that you can complete a marathon with. In this deck in particular, it's a people marathon winners, like they won. You saw this person as like, we can get through anything, strength. We can work on this together. Ace of Swords, have a new way of thinking together, right? You were left in disappointment and you're trying to be strong and control your beast because you realize that whether this person steps up or not, you want this Four of Wands. You want to create this with somebody. But it hurts. That's where you're at right now. We're leading with the Five of Cups. 4 more for you. Shoot. Dang it. Kid you not. It's always the same cups. The same cards. Knight of Cups with the Five of Wands, which was here. Dang it. This is how you feel. You feel terrible. You feel horrible about this, of course. Failure. It says failure. It's dark. Knight of Cups, the seducer. The other people. There's another woman there. Five of Wands, strife. You are hurt and heartbroken and disappointed that this did not work. That this person wants to offer their cup to somebody else. They're at a bar. It's like on the surface connections. And it's causing a lot of strife and pain. Just because of like things that you feel like you could work through anyway. Underneath the Four of Wands, it says completion. You're like, we can complete this cycle if we were both on board. Oh my God, you're in pain about this. It feels like betrayal just even thinking that this person would like let something like the Emperor and the Empress coming out twice together. It's like, that is a powerful freaking connection. I can only understand the pain that you feel thinking that they would just want to go to somebody else like that. You're trying to be strong, thinking about the fact that they feel that they're like giving off that impression right now or feel that way right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, look, I just, you're in heartbreak. I said where you're at right now. You're in heartbreak. You feel, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Oh my God. And it's all surrounding the Four of Wands, which is like, you saw this person as someone you can complete things with and could only think about like, wow, like Emperor and Empress, but you just want some random person. Because of power struggles that we have, they're arm wrestling. Like, you're just gonna throw it down the drain. This is literally a bathtub going down the drain. You're just gonna throw this all down the drain. All this. You're just gonna meet someone, go have fun, drinks, restaurants. Like, that's what's important to you. You don't mind being strong together. You're in heartbreak. You're in heartbreak about this failure. Oh my God. But the cards, you see the difference though, man? That's crazy. I didn't even notice where I placed it. I placed it where you can still see the cards that were theirs underneath it, which is the Chariot, the Judgment, the Hierophant, the Sun. They have 4 major arcana. So it's like you feel disappointed and pain, but where they're at or where they will be at is like at the 11th hour saying, no, I want to come back and make this right. You're my person. You don't see that though right now. That's why you're disappointed as of right now. Because this is what you see right now. See, but the Queen of Cups and the Tower, boom, the Devil, boom. But what you don't see is that this person, Tower, has a Tower moment, which is the destruction of an old foundation to build a new one. It's also an epiphany. This person has an epiphany about their Devil energy, which we got under here. Again, they're confirming everything. And Queen of Cups and wants to do something about it. The Queen of Cups in this deck says the therapist, which means like they want to do something about it. They want to get therapy. They want to heal this. They realize that this Five of Cups, this loss and pleasure compulsion they have is not normal. Because then they also don't walk away. Like, you cannot feel the Emperor and the Empress together twice. You can't. How do you see somebody like that and then be like, nah, it's not gonna work? It just makes no sense. It won't make sense to you. But this is the energy of like somebody's gonna get therapy and work this out. See, look who's at the top. I told you. We got the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Emperor and the Empress twice. The same thing happened in the last reading. Kid you not, it's the same person. And it was a twin flame connection. Princess of Swords, the activist. It's a text message communication. So I'm getting with the therapist, it's like literally they're gonna talk to somebody. To get in touch with their intuition and what's to heal. See, she's taking a healing bath. And meanwhile, while this is happening, you're by yourself, tuning into your intuition, lighting white candles, taking a cleansing bath, looking up to the sky like, God, just give me a sign, being patient by yourself. But this is happening behind the scenes, and it is gonna change. All right? You know, this is not gonna, well, they're backwards. This is not gonna pertain to everybody, but maybe I'll pull some astrology cards just to, you know, to stand out to somebody. Hold on. I'm gonna pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Scorpio, Cancer, Leo. Ooh. Oh, I think I didn't even realize what they're having me do right now. They're confirming these cards with astrology and like the meaning of the meanings. Pluto. Pisces. Scorpio is deep and dark. So that's, and these might, you know, have something to do with you guys if the sign stands out. It doesn't have to, because I just realized that they just wanted to confirm. The Tower is the Scorpio energy, which is like deep and dark, like going deep and dark. That's the epiphany that they're having. The Devil is in regards to Cancer energy. Kid you not, that's this confirmation. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon is the mother energy. Cancer is the mother of astrology, of all the signs. The Devil energy, their shadow side, has everything to do with their mother issues. Okay? Leo is like being strong, strengthening yourself, being assertive, and going to the therapist to get their confidence back in regards to this. Pluto is all about control, like nasty, weird energy, nasty energy. So like a lot of dark energy can be Pluto. Also very slow. Pluto's like the last planet in the solar system. You understand what I'm saying? Like all the way there. So by the time they come around, like, ah, damn. And it's also like all the gunk from like a long time ago. Okay, so that's gonna be clear to them. And Pisces is a very dreamy energy, which interestingly enough, it's everything to do with the High Priestess energy. You know, where they will be able to let themselves flow like a fish, you know? I just picked this up, okay? Like love for no reason. Be able to flow with the fish, with like a fish, and balance out Libra, the scales. Boom. I'm gonna pull 2 of these and then I think we're good. Trust, this is what you guys are learning here. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Did we not just say that? Did you not? Pass, and that's what it's about. Pass. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. Boom, end of story. That just confirms everything that we channeled today. Love and light. I hope that this resonated. Again, please don't forget to like, share, watch the ads. Well, it's already, if you're here, it's done, right? I think they might, you know, at the end, they might put another one, watch it. Put a heart if you want to support me down in the comments. It helps so much. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Big, 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 big hugs.